In normative ethics, you're studying the different theories that each tell you what the norms are, or what the standards are, or what the criteria are for ethical action. Let's dig deeper into some examples of normative ethical theories and how they are related. Here are a few examples of some normative ethical theories, and each one of these tells you that the standard is based on a totally different concept. What I want to do is show you what they have in common and how they're different. Let's also talk about the scope, about the objectivity. When this ethical theory makes a claim that something is wrong, is it saying that it's wrong always? Objectivity. Virtue ethics, most people would say it is absolutely objective because that mean, the middle path, the golden mean, as Aristotle calls it, is this perfectly balanced middle between two vices. If you have just the right amount of courage, that's a virtue, but if you have too little, you're a coward, and if you have too much, then you're rash. But which character traits are the good ones? That could be a little bit subjective. So I'm going to put an X there, but that's controversial to say that virtue ethics is not objective. But if you really stepped back, who are the good people? What is a good character trait? And so maybe that one's complicated as well. For utilitarianism, it is not objective whether some action is good or bad, because once you change the moral community, you're changing whose pleasure you're trying to increase, and therefore you're going to have a different answer about what you're allowed to do, who can be oppressed or used. But at the same time, once you've chosen who the moral community is, then it's fixed. Then there's an objective answer, what the right thing is to do. So that one gets a little complicated as well. Deontology, big picture, it is absolutely objective. It's an absolutist picture. Whoever the reasonable person is, for them to will something to be the universal law means that it would be absolutely objective. What is right for you is right for anybody. What is wrong for you is wrong for anybody, and there's no exceptions at all. That's why it's called the categorical imperative as opposed to a hypothetical imperative. But if you start wondering, who's this reasonable person? And what is a reasonable person's will? Then maybe you can start to get subjective. So again, controversial to say it's not objective. The main picture is that it is. That one's a little bit funny when you really dig down. Is egoism objective? Absolutely not. You can change your mind about what pleases you. The community can change their mind about what pleases the community, and then what is good to do would also change. So absolutely not objective. Divine command theory, on one hand, it is not objective, because if you're a Muslim, then you need to keep halal. But if you're Jewish, you need to keep kosher. But if you're Catholic, you need to abide by Lent. All of these religions give us all these different rules on what we're allowed to consume, and each religion says that they know which do's and don'ts please God, and what pleases God is what is the right thing to do. So it's not objective because you have to choose a religion. But once you've once you've chosen the religion that you're going to call true, once you've called God which one it is, then it is objective, because your God is right, everybody else's God is wrong. You're right about God, everybody else is wrong about God. And so yes and no. Here are a few ways to compare these normative ethical theories. And again, this is the watered down version. Each one of these could have a 45-minute video.